We are only a few days away from Hushan.
Bit rainy, but at least it's cool.
It seemed like nothing could dampen our spirits. We are headed towards the border with North Korea. To make things a bit clearer, let's show you the map. This map in Google Earth is what we use to navigate. It's the best way to appreciate the length and complexity of the wall. The body of water you see here is the Bohai Gulf, part of the Yellow Sea. Before zero COVID policy was abandoned, we were struggling along the wall here towards Shanhaiguan, where Old Dragon's Head is. This is where our father ended his journey. After zero COVID policy was abandoned, we saw a window of opportunity to complete this second leg of the journey. And now, 6 months later, we're continuing our journey into Liaoning province towards Tiger Mountain Great Wall, which is on the border with North Korea, right here. We were now within 100 kilometers of Tiger Mountain. Victory was in sight.
Raining bullets for cats and dogs, depending on where in the world you're from. And there's my brother Tommy, enjoying a good soaking. If it's sunny, it's gonna be hot. If it's rainy, you're gonna be wet. So you just have to keep moving. Hey Jim! Look at that sign! I'm going to the right. G304, let's do it. Let's go!
On a journey like this, it's easy to forget to stop and smell the roses. A long journey like this teaches you to appreciate the mundane.
Having some nuts and dried fruit.
Today's the last day we're going to be pushing the baby. So we're about 50 something K away from Hushan, which is the most easterly point of the Great Wall. And we're splitting the last 50K into 2 days. Today we're going to do about 30, pushing the baby. And then once we check into the hotel, we're gonna leave him and do tomorrow's 20 or so K with just our packs. So it's just going to be a breeze, a home run, all the way to the end.
Let's go! Some nice noodles there.
Although not the cleanest establishment. On the last couple of days of this journey, we talked about the close calls and good times we've had.
On the road again, driving the rolls, and got a rollie on my wrist. Y'all! Shoes are making a cute noise.
This is the final hotel we're gonna be checking out into on this journey. And that was the last day with the pram. What do you think, Jen?
Pretty good.
Next time you push that, what do you think?
It's for the baby.
Jimmy,
Yeah?
what day is it?
Our last day.
Our last day on the journey, but not on this earth. It's going to be a good one. Got some Legacy Peak wine prepared at Hushan. We're We're gonna throw a rock into North Korea.
20k to go, just a half marathon.
Yeah, let's go. Woo! Woo! Look at the mountain in the distance. That's Hushan, Tiger Mountain.
The last 6k to Hushan. Hushan.
It's our final kilometer. There's Hushan, and over there is North Korea, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
Really excited. Want to save the last hit.
Our parents meet us here at Hushan for our momentous occasion. Walking the final few hundred meters,
Yeah.
into
Tiger Mountain, the real eastern end of the Ming Dynasty Great Wall. So Tommy and Jimmy have gone the full way, all the way from the Taolai River at Jiayiguan to the banks of the Yalu River here in Liaoning, which is just over this mountain here.
We've
Great
brought,
geography lesson, hey?
yeah, we brought our stones from the edge of
Oh yeah?
the western terminus of the wall
Yeah.
that we'll throw into the Yalu River, hopefully.
Great.
Don't want to cause a diplomatic incident though, bombarding North Korea with rocks.
No, oh, the river's quite wide, I think, here.
Exciting. And we're here at Hushan Changcheng. Hu means tiger, Shan mountain. Looks like we're getting some privileged access. And they're taking us in. I don't think we have to buy a ticket. Yes.
I thought this would be the first ticket we would ever need to buy. Back in the Ming Dynasty, this mountain was called Ma'ershan, right? So, horse ear mountain, because it looks like the ears of a horse, but also like most animal ears look like that. So in the Qing Dynasty, they wanted their own name for it, so they called it Tiger Ear Mountain.
Yeah. And
Nice
later
name.
it became Tiger Mountain.
So
I
they
guess.
simplified it.
Yeah, it
to
sounds
Tiger
cooler.
Mountain. Yeah, not just the ears, the whole tiger.
So to celebrate, we've got a whole array of rituals that we must perform. Number one is we brought a stone each from the western terminus of the Great Wall. And we're going to throw it maybe into North Korea actually, over the border. Number two, we brought some wine from Legacy Peak Winery from Ningxia, a winery that's on the side of the Great Wall. And we're going to have a sip of that wine on the wall. And number three, we're going to have a burger each to celebrate and fill these bellies.
And guys, it's almost a year to the day that you left your home in Beijing for Jiayiguan.
Yeah.
Did you ever doubt you'd reach this point using these legs and various pairs of shoes, taking you 3,800 km?
Never doubted it, but obviously every journey has its challenges, and we met a lot of challenges, but we overcame them. So the obstacle is the way.
Yeah, for me, it was almost unfathomable how long the journey would be. So we just focused on the day at hand and also planning for the next day instead of looking too far into the future. And here we are. You know, one step at a time can carry you a long way. Oh, this is a nice
The Great Wall at Hushan has been rebuilt and turned into a tourist site. So we do what the tourists do and go to the souvenir shop. Since we were at Tiger Mountain, I bought a little tiger to commemorate the end of the journey.
You see the head?
Yeah.
We had a very mixed bag of emotions at this point. For one, we felt weary after 3,840 or so Ks. We also had a profound sense of achievement after doing such a difficult thing. But I think for me, it was having our parents there with us at the end of our journey that really made it meaningful.
Last mountain, Tommy. Final mountain. Final climb. This looks a bit like Wild World, eh? Yeah.
Tommy, as an explorer of the Great Wall now, what's been the most vital piece of equipment?
Well, for Guile, it may have been his revolver, but for us, it's this sun-proof, UV-proof umbrella. Absolutely amazing. The modern gentleman explorer's most important piece of gear. Protects you from the sun and rain.
Near the top of the Tiger Mountain wall, it's pretty steep and humid. People are peeling off their layers. And here in the foreground you can see the battlement, and there is actually a borrowed landscape feature, the Yalu River, which marks the border between China, where I'm standing now, and North Korea, which is just about 1.5 k's the crow flies on to the side of the river.
We reached the top of the final mountain on this entire journey. This journey has been particularly meaningful for me because right after graduation, most people head into work or further study, but to do something very different. I'm taking a risk, but also it's somewhat a privilege to be able to do something as crazy as this. And I see it as a celebration of China and the UK, of our father's journey, and of our youth. So I think it's something Jim and I will remember for the rest of our lives. We gaze into the distance, into North Korea.
So the border is that stream running across there, and you can see on the right we have China with all the nicely paved roads, and on the left North Korea, very rustic rural scenery. And in the distance there's definitely a village over there that could be from 500 years ago.
There's no Ming Wall in North Korea, right?
Hard to say. Yeah, almost certainly Han Wall.
Yeah, so we're sitting here with Mum. Proud moment.
Our birthing person.
Yes, our birthing parent.
我在虎山长城，我的2个儿子经历了那么多天的，从嘉峪关到山海关，一直还到虎山跑长城。今天是最后一天，也跑到了终点。我为他们骄傲，我们的孩子是最棒的。
Sitting on the steps, we gaze down at the final 200 meters of the wall. The finish line is within sight. We stand up and run the final 200 meters all the way to the end. And we crack open a Chardonnay from Legacy Peak, our friends in Ningxia.
Wow, that's so good. Tastes like success.
金敏、唐敏，你们完成了多少公里啊？就整个。
So we have done 3,842.8 kilometers of Great Wall journeying in total. That's including the 3,263k from Jiayuguan to Old Dragon's Head, and now with an extra almost 600k, and we're here. So here's to every step of the way of the journey.
Cheers.
After the wine, we sign the t-shirts we wore on the last day. We fill in the blank we left on the t-shirt with the number 3,842 kilometers. Finishing with a quote by William Edgar Gile, "A journey all along the Great Wall." So Dad is being interviewed right now, and we're gonna sneakily do our little ritual. These are stones from the cliffside tower of Yidui, all the way back in Gansu.
So Tommy and I are going to do a little ritual here. We're going to take a stone from the start of the wall and we're going to throw it into the Yalu River at the end of our journey. Okay, so this is my stone.
I think this one looks quite nice.
We're going to be carrying these along our whole journey.
Yes,
and hope this makes it to the river. Let's go.
3,842k ago. And today, with North Korea behind us, literally we're on the edge of the world. And we're gonna throw these towards North Korea off the first or last tower on the Ming Dynasty Great Wall.
It's quite a monumental moment for us to complete our first ultra expedition. Okay, and the reason why we're throwing it down there is, and not geocaching it, is I think a journey has a start and a finish, and it's a definite finish. So should we do it?
Go ahead.
Let's do it.
Looks maybe volcanic. It's quite heavy. Ready?
Yeah.
North Korea over there. 3, 2, 1. And that's the final run with Stepan on this journey. Thank you so much for supporting us.
Thank you, Jerry's. Thank you, Yorm. Thank you, Mabel. Thank you, everyone at Stepan.
Right, I think now it's time for a burger and some wine.
Over dinner, we talked about how important our support crew were at the start of our journey.
这几千公里，大部分的这个路程还是要感谢你们。我们跑不了刚开始那2000多公里的话，也走不到今天，所以谢谢你们。太重要了，太重要了，谢谢两位。然后当然以后如果还有这样的旅途，也找你们当后援。So, completed our last day yesterday, and there's Mum and Dad. Where's Tommy? Tommy's in the back right there. Yeah. And we're heading back to Beijing this morning, taking the bullet train. Right, Tommy? Yeah. And should take us around 5 hours to go back to Beijing. But running from Beijing to here, we had to go through so many hurdles, pushing the baby more than 500 kilometers. We've gone a long way, and we're taking the short way back home. And behind me there you can see a statue of Chairman Mao, which is quite rare to see nowadays. Most Chairman Mao statues are taken down. So quite a big one too.
Only after the journey is ended do we appreciate how long it was. As I recall, in the first episode that we ever posted, I quoted a particular poem. With thousands of kilometers ahead of us, I'm reminded of a poem that a friend once read to me. As you set out for Ithaca, hope your road is a long one, full of adventure and full of discovery.
And I hope our journey will be as successful as his, and as full of challenges and adventure.
Those wishes certainly came true. The journey turned out to be incredibly long, full of discovery and full of adventure. But what you don't know is that I only quoted a single stanza from that poem. The full poem only now resonates with me after the end of the journey.
As you set out for Ithaca, hope your road is a long one, full of adventure, full of discovery. Laestrygonians, Cyclops, angry Poseidon, don't be afraid of them. You'll never find things like that on your way, as long as you keep your thoughts raised high, as long as a rare excitement stirs your spirit and your body. Laestrygonians, Cyclops, wild Poseidon, you won't encounter them unless you bring them along inside your soul, unless your soul sets them up in front of you. Hope your road is a long one. May there be many summer mornings when, with what pleasure, what joy, you enter harbours you're seeing for the first time. Keep Ithaca always in your mind. Arriving there is what you're destined for, but don't hurry the journey at all. Better if it lasts for years, so you're old by the time you reach the island, wealthy with all you've gained on the way, not expecting Ithaca to make you rich. Ithaca gave you the marvellous journey. Without her, you wouldn't have set out. She has nothing left to give you now. And if you find her poor, Ithaca won't have fooled you. Wise as you will have become, so full of experience, you'll have understood by then what these Ithacas mean.